The old house stood alone, shrouded in darkness. Moonlight painted streaks on the cracked walls. Wind howled through the skeletal trees. Their branches scraped against the window pane like claws reaching out. A shiver ran down my spine. An unsettling quiet hung in the air, broken only by the creaking of the house. Each groan seemed like a whispered warning. I clutched the flashlight tighter, its beam cutting through the oppressive shadows. My heart pounded against my ribs, a drumbeat of fear. I swallowed hard, trying to calm my racing thoughts. The musty smell of decay filled my nostrils, mingled with the scent of damp earth. It spoke of neglect, of forgotten memories, and something else, something ancient, something sinister. My footsteps echoed on the wooden floor, loud in the suffocating silence. The air grew thick, heavy with anticipation. I felt a presence, unseen eyes watching me. I stopped, held my breath, listened. Silence. But the feeling remained. A prickling sensation on my skin, a whisper of danger. I continued down the hallway, each step hesitant. Each shadow seemed to writhe, to take on monstrous forms. My pulse quickened, my breath caught in my throat. The feeling of dread intensified. Something was wrong, deeply wrong. But I couldn't turn back. Something compelled me forward. A low sound reached my ears. A whisper. Or was it the wind? I strained to listen. There it was again. A soft murmuring coming from the end of the hall. Fear coiled in my gut, icy and paralyzing. But curiosity burned brighter. I had to know. I crept towards the sound, each step slow and deliberate. The whispering grew louder, more distinct. It sounded like voices, but not human voices. They were guttural, distorted, full of malice. My flashlight beam danced on the walls, creating grotesque shapes that shifted and writhed. My mind raced, trying to make sense of it all. Section 4, a sudden shift. I reached the end of the hall. The voices were clear now, chanting, a low, rhythmic drone. I pushed open the door, stepped inside, and gasped. The room was empty. No chanting, no voices, only silence, a heavy, oppressive silence. I spun around, my heart hammered in my chest. Confusion clouded my mind. What had I heard? Where had it gone? I backed out of the room, my eyes darted around, searching for any sign of the voices. There was nothing, only the shadows dancing in the dim light, mocking me. My mind struggled to reconcile what I had heard with what I now saw. Had I imagined it? Was I losing my grip on reality? Section 5, the unveiling. I stumbled back. My foot caught on something. I fell. My flashlight clattered across the floor, plunging the hallway into darkness. Panic surged through me. I scrambled for the flashlight. My fingers brushed against something cold, metallic. I picked it up. It was a small music box. I turned it over in my hands, and then I saw it, a tiny inscription on the bottom. "Play me." My fingers trembled as I wound the key. A tinkling melody filled the air, and then the voices returned, whispering, chanting, swirling around me. But this time I understood. It wasn't the house that was haunted. It was the music box. Section 6, lingering questions. I sat there for a long time, listening to the music box, to the voices. They no longer frightened me. They intrigued me. What were they? Where did they come from? Were they trapped in the box, or were they something else entirely? I didn't have the answers, but I knew one thing. I wouldn't rest until I found them. The house was silent again, but it felt different, lighter, as if a weight had been lifted. The shadows still danced, but they no longer seemed menacing. They were just shadows. And the music box. It sat on the floor, a constant reminder of the mysteries that lay hidden in the darkness.